What's the difference between a certified board secretary and a non-certified board secretary? The starting point for any senior hire has to be asking yourself, what is the genesis of this role? Where does this role come from? Why does this role exist? When did we start having this role inside corporations? And when you look at the board secretary role, you'll realize that it started in the 1800s. The first certified board secretaries showed up almost 200 years ago in the boardroom. And so the next question that you need to ask yourself is then, why do we feel as an organization we don't need a certified board secretary if organizations have been appointing them for almost 200 years?
So apparently it's something which is quite important. There is a big difference between a secretary and a board secretary.
And when you look at the landscape of talent for this position, you have two key buckets. You have the first bucket, which is the secretarial administrative role.
The secretary is an administrative work by which somebody takes minutes and stuff like that and just, make some briefings.
And this board secretary is really playing second fiddle to the chair. The chair is fueling the agenda for the board secretary. They're telling them this is what we need to get done. And the secretary is saying, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, and getting that done. The second bucket is the board secretary who's really going to hold those board members accountable to the level of corporate governance that is required, and will start to highlight areas where they have compliance and regulatory gaps.
They have to be aware of the regulatory framework and the regulatory environment around them. They have to know exactly what's happening, maybe locally, regionally, depending where the company operates. So this role actually is a bit undervalued, underappreciated.
The board secretary is a key role. So for that, you need to be certified. You need to have minimum knowledge and training.
The board secretary should be actually alert, should be listening, looking at body language, making sure all the points have been covered adequately, maybe sending messages. Sometimes we see them effectively or efficiently sending messages to the chair that you've missed this point, maybe you should revisit that point. Or maybe we skimmed through, something that should have gotten more attention.
And they will also start to highlight where you have underperforming board members who are not really fulfilling their roles and responsibilities.
Who's the head of legal? He's the board secretary or the company secretary. Now I see certifications more and more being promoted or being encouraged.
Is it an added value? Absolutely, yes. It is an added value. Is it something that I think people should go to? Yes, I definitely will support that.
Knowing how to do certain things, how to be politically correct, for example, how to handle different personalities, it requires a lot of work. So for that, certification is quite essential.
These are some of the key areas that we look at, and I hope this video helped highlight the difference between getting that certified, well-experienced board secretary versus just promoting someone into that secretarial and administrative role.